Welcome back. We are still playing Labyrinth, the War on Terror. First I need to make a correction from last episode. So when the Jihadist player last turn got into Eastern Europe, what we should have done then was to roll for posture in Eastern Europe. So rolling posture is quite simple. You just roll a die and defer to this sheet. 1 to 4 is soft, 5 to 6 is hard. The only modification of that is that if you're setting use posture, you've seen this already previously, but now we are not setting use posture, so 5, 6 hard, 1, 4 soft. Okay, so that's soft. So Eastern Europe gets a soft marker, and the US Global War on Terror relations, well, the world goes down to 0. So that would not have affected the end of turn events. So let's continue with the next round. The Jihadist will get 9 cards. 8, 9. The US player will only get 8 cards. 1, 7, and 8. And then we flip the first card of the Jihadist player. It's a mass turnout, US event, 3 value card. And I can play this if there is a regime change country, and we have Afghanistan. So just very quickly, it's a playable US event. They will plot and ignore the event. So the plot procedure, US, it's not possible, prestige is not low, this event has not happened. Then they will plot in countries with troops. So the only country with troops and cells are Afghanistan, so they will plot there. They will use this active cell as one of the plotters and flip 2 others. Afghanistan is poor, so that is they have to roll lower than a 3. They succeeded with 1 plot. So I will take one of the plots. I will take plot number 1. This is this plot, and place it in Afghanistan, just like that. And since failed plot do not remove any cells, we go on to the next card. Right, there's a US event again. It says that we should test the Philippines and reduce funding. So this is a playable US event. The same thing happens. Again, they'll plot. So plotting with only 1, well, it gives them a 3, and that's a success. And place it in Afghanistan. And they used one of the already active cells there, so they don't expose any more cells. So now the US player has the work cut out for them, because there are 2 plots in Afghanistan, and each plot requires a 3 operation to remove. So that means I need to use 2 3-value cards. Well, luckily, in my hand I have a few. I think I'll try to block the plots, because if the plot goes off in Afghanistan, I do have troops present, and that will cost me a prestige loss. So for the first card, I will be playing this card. The door of Jihad was closed. And you can see that this is a Jihadist event. Play for country tested or improved to fair or good this or last action phase. And that did not happen, but I get to use the 3 operation points. That's excellent. So with those 3 points I can remove one of the plots. I'm just taking this one. And I know there are no weapons of mass destruction, so I don't have to look at them. I just put them directly back in the plot box. So I have this one, which is a US event, back channel. I don't have to worry about the event because I'm using the operations. The last plot marker is removed. So now I spent my entire turn removing plots. So let's see what the answer is from the Jihadist player. Indo-Pakistani talks, still. Another US event. That probably means more plots. Play Pakistan is good or fair. Pakistan is poor, so this is not playable. Because the event is not playable, that saves me from more of this plotting. Instead, they will try major jihad, but there are no places where they can do that. Good or fair countries? No, they cannot do jihad either in good or fair countries, but there are cells available, so they can do recruit. You can see there's only 2 cells on the track, and the event is a 3-value event, so they will recruit with 2 of them, and they will use the last operation point for radicalization. Troops minus cell has to be greater or equal to 5. There are 6 troops and 6 cells, so that is not true. And there are no Islamic ruled countries. which is the next box. The third box, non-Islamic rule, non-regime change country with highest recruit success rule. And the priorities would be besieged regime first, then most cell plus troops, then highest resource. So besieged regime, we know that is in Somalia. So they will recruit twice in Somalia, or at least try to recruit twice in Somalia. Well, they need to beat a poor governance level. So they actually failed both the attempts. That was lucky. Then the last point is radicalization, and the first point on the radicalization menu, so to speak, is to place a cell in a random country. So let's see where that is. Again with the roll, 5, 10, 2 black. Okay, the 10 is 5, the black is 2. It's Jordan. Jordan already has a cell, but now it has 2. That was the first card. Let's see for the second card. Home ground, which is a Muslim or a Islamist event. Home ground. Jihad roots among Britons. Oh. Place a cell in the United Kingdom. Hot diggity dog. There you go. And now we need to test posture. I got a 4, and that is soft, which means that the world is going soft 1, while the US is still hard, and now we will have a penalty in effect. Right. What can the US do? The US probably need to clear up a few things in Afghanistan, trying to reduce the number of jihadist cells there, and also try to improve the governance level. But now when I roll for whatever these, I will have to take a -1 penalty, and that's tough. I'm trying to get back of them, so I'm playing this event. Mossad and Shin Beth. Play if any cell in Israel, Jordan or Lebanon, and remove them all. So Israel, Jordan and Lebanon are removed. I can disrupt it. I think I need to disrupt it. Yeah, I'm going to play biometrics, and I'm going to save the operation point. Like that. Yeah, I don't have really many high cards, but next turn I can play then some card. Yeah, I can play some of my lower cards and try to clear up things a little bit in Afghanistan. I don't think I'm doing very well, so let's see what's happening now. There's a US event, sanctions. Play if Patriot Act is in effect, so this is not playable. Thank goodness, because not playable means that they will look for a jihad, which is not possible. Not a major jihad, nor a normal jihad, but there are some cells, so they will recruit with 1 point. So they were looking for the country with the highest recruit success roll. Besiege regime first. Oh man, that's again Somalia. Yeah, it is. They will try in Somalia with 1 point. Let's see. Unbelievable, they failed again. That's that card. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, Bin Laden. If Jihadist play. -2 prestige or -4 prestige if any Islamist rule. Luckily, we don't have any Islamist rule. But we're going to take a -2 prestige hit. -2 prestige. We're down to 4. This is going really bad, really bad. This is tough, because now they are using the operations as well, because it's an unassociated event. And as always, they will try to look for a major jihad. No, that's not possible. Minor jihad is not possible. I keep calling it minor jihad, but a major jihad is not possible, and jihad is not possible. Then they will try to recruit, because there are 3 cells available on the track. And it's a 3 value card. And we know where the recruit is going to happen, right? We've seen it many times already now. It is in Somalia. 3 times they'll try to recruit in Somalia. Now they are bound to have at least 1 success. Yeah, they got 2. 2 sleeper cells are coming up in Somalia, and now this country is ripe for a major jihad. I don't know how to counter that. Yeah, I'm tempted to try to improve the government in Pakistan, but I need a 6 in order to make that happen, because of the now penalty that is on the US Global War on Terror Relation track. relations track. So that's not good. That's quite far from good actually. Regardless of where I'm trying to improve the governance, that penalty is in effect. So I need a 6 to improve any of the governance level. So I'm going to remove some cells from Afghanistan after all, and I'm playing Saddam captured, because I don't think this is likely to happen. Troops in Iraq. I could transport her actually, could I? No, I couldn't, because I couldn't go to Iraq now. Ally Muslim country. No, I could not go to Iraq, so I'm playing this and use this point. Here I'm doing a disrupt operation. If +2 troops affect 2 cells and add +1 prestige, which is excellent. Excellent. I am disrupting these 2 active cells. If they were sleeper cells, I could flip them to active instead of removing them. I had to flip them to active instead of removing them. But they're gone. And prestige is climbing. I want to get prestige up here so that I can nullify that penalty that I have on the relations track. I do have one more card to play. I'm going to replicate what I did. So I'm playing this event. It's a 1 value card. And the event says that I could play it if US is soft. I don't think I'm going to get soft. Not this turn. And again, I am banking those resources. That leaves me with 2 cards. The Jihad guy, he has 3 cards left. Yeah, that's correct. So let's see what he do. Ha. I mean, yeah, okay, so let's see what this is. Regional Al-Qaeda. That doesn't sound good at all. Play if you can select 2 unmarked Muslim countries which are not Iran. Yeah, there are many unmarked countries. Unmarked means that they have no, well, of course, no marker on them. So now we can see just here there's Egypt and Sudan. There are 2 there, right there. Okay. Then I can then place I will place a cell in each or 2 in each if any under Islamist rule. None are under Islamist rule. So I will place 1 cell in each of 2 unmarked countries. But which one? Okay, so there's a small instructions here to place cell regional Al-Qaeda, which is the card that we just got, random among possibilities. Okay, so we just roll randomly. I'm going to roll on the random country chart and until we get 2 countries that are unmarked. First country, 3-4. Oh man. Oh, okay, so that's not a Muslim country. That is India. 4-1. That is that's Morocco. So 1 cell to Morocco. I need to test Morocco. 2, that is poor. And it always becomes a neutral country. I need to adjust the track up to 9. Second country. That is Sudan. And Sudan is unmarked. 1 cell to Sudan. We need to test Sudan. That is 4, and that is poor governance level. And now we have 10 countries with poor governance level. And that was just the first card in the 2-card hand. So let's see the next one. Madrasas. Another Islamist event. Play if first card in Jihadist action phase. Oh, it's not, it's the second card. Unplayable. Yeah, so what they will do is that they will try to do a major jihad with 1 operation. Yeah, that's quite interesting because a major jihad will require 5 or more cells, and normally that would require 2 successes on the roll in order to succeed. And this is what we have just gotten was a 1 value card, which means that we only get to roll 1 dice. But Somalia has a besieged regime marker, meaning that we only require 1 success for a jihad. So they will actually do it, and they will go active with all the cells in Somalia. They will roll 1 die, and on a 1 to 3 they will actually overthrow the government in Somalia, make it and put it under Islamist rule. Phew, they got a 6. That was a failure. And the instructions on the major jihad is that, where does it say? Proceed per minor jihad, except that you need 2 successes instead of 1. And per minor jihad says that each failure would remove a cell to the funding track. So that failed jihad removes one of the cells in Somalia and put it on the track, but still they have 5 cells there, so they can actually attempt this again. So I'm playing this opium card, because now it's the US player again. So I play this opium card. Sadly, it says that play if Afghanistan has a cell, place 3 more cells there. Then if at Islamist rule, but Afghanistan is not at the Islamist rule, so this doesn't happen, all available cells there, but now 3 or more cells, place 3 cells in Afghanistan. There are only 2 cells on the funding track, so I am placing them in Afghanistan, like that. And why would I do that? Because I want to use the reserve and disrupt again, removing 1 cell and activating another. I'm doing all of this because I want to gain prestige. This is the final US card, and I really do not want this event to happen, because it will, many things will occur, but US posture will change to soft. Action phase that the US side is holding only 1 card. It may play it, discard it without effect, or hold it. So I am discarding it without effect. Good riddance. But the Jihadist player gets to play its final card, which is Darfur. Bad. Because it's an unassociated event with a 3 value operations. It says test Sudan. Sudan has already been tested. If US prestige is high or very high, it's not. If not, place besieged regime and shift towards adversary. So this is just spreading now. Sudan is besieged regime and an adversary to the US. Then the really bad stuff is happening, because this is an unassociated event. They get to play it and they get to try a major jihad with all the 3 tries in Somalia, and they only need 1 success. Yeah, they got it. They got 2 successes and 1 failure. The 1 failure will remove a cell, but Somalia is now under Islamist rule. This marker goes away. I can add the resources to funding, so they're back again at 9. I need to adjust this track, because now the Islamist has regained their lost resource. Okay, we are out of cards, so the funding goes down again to 8, because Somalia is under Islamist rule. The prestige is worsened, and we'll deal a new hand. I must admit that, as always, it seems I am losing badly, because now the Islamist has seriously come forward and are combating me all over the place. Well, join me next time when we get to see the exciting continuation of Labyrinth.